That's so that's what I'm thinking about next. I know you're excited about GTA 6, but have you seen any updates or anything that's like really caught your attention?
Yeah, so I think I've stayed up multiple nights in a row, like past like my bedtime. I try to get in bed at like no later than 11
Yeah.
to try and get like that 8.5 hours of sleep. But there's been times where I've just pushed past and I've been up till like 12 just watching videos of. Then there's so many content creators too,
Yeah.
and they're going over like the map size. There's a guy that does all the map detail. They've mapped out like how big it's going to be, and then just all of the details for each. There was a guy, dude, I watched a guy break down the screenshots, and he was just going over every little detail of each of the screenshots they released. That's how much like, because I've watched all of like I don't know if you know Digital Foundry, but Digital Foundry, they're like very like techie, and they'll break down like trailers, and they'll be like, hey, there's ray tracing in this one, this one, like they'll tell you like the graphics, how much frame per like the FPS, like that like how many is it 30 FPS, is it 60 FPS, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And they were breaking down just the trailers of each one, and just like it's so detailed. It looks insane. And
I know.
people were like scared that, it's too overhyped and this and that. And do you remember when GTA 5 came out? It came out for the Xbox 360, which is crazy.
I don't
Like I
remember
can't
how
believe
big
it
the
even.
hype was, but for GTA 5, I don't remember that. I remember Vice City, and that's about it. So,
Yeah. But the fact that GTA 5 could run on an Xbox 360 is wild. Like, because that game's still running. It went from the Xbox 360, and then it went to the Xbox One, and then now we're on, or I guess you could say PS3. Then it was on the PS4. Now it's on the PS5, and it's still kicking, and they've been upgrading the graphics and everything. They're so detailed, and they've spent billions of dollars on this game. It's going to be insane. It's going to be. Remember? Do you remember when we played Red Dead Redemption 2 for the
oh
first
yeah.
time? And it in the beginning, it's the snow mission, and you're walking through the snow and all that. And I was like, it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be like that again, where you're like, holy crap, like blown away by just the level of detail.
It's going to change the industry, I feel like. And I feel
For sure.
I was trying to, we both love numbers, and I was trying to see kind of what we can expect because I don't remember the first day or week sales for GTA 5, but I know it sold like 230 million copies over its lifetime, GTA 5. And the previous GTAs, I think
Hmm.
one sold like 20 million and another one sold like 10 or 15 million. So it was like 10x. And I was talking to chat, and I was doing research online too. And I was like, is it possible that we sell, what was the number? I think they said realistically it's like 300, but it could sell to like 400 to 500 million copies. But they were basing that on how many PS5s and Xboxes have been shipped. And they were only taking that into account. So then I asked them, have you taken into account that a ton of people, maybe millions of people, are going to buy a PS5 or an Xbox just so they can play GTA 6 and experience it? And they hadn't. Because I was thinking, like, what if it sold like a billion copies over like 10 to 15 years? And they were basically saying that's not
Right.
possible because of like the amount of people that are doing it. And I'm like, even I think a whole bunch of different generations are going to, like, older generations will come down, younger generations will go up in terms of like doing it. And I don't know. I think that Rockstar hasn't released the exact numbers, but you had sent me something on, I think it was Twitter or something, that said like it made, I don't know how many billions its first like week, but I don't think Rockstar has confirmed anything yet. Or maybe they have. I don't know. Not that
It
I saw.
made from, I don't know if it was confirmed, but all right, let's see how many people.
Yeah, that's right. The free sale.
Reports, okay. Reports indicate that GTA 6 has reportedly surpassed 50 million pre-orders, which is around $4 billion in revenue.
Bro, that's crazy.
It's not even out. That's
No,
insane. Apparently, in the first 24 hours, they made $1 billion.
that's the number that I was thinking. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, the $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion in
And
24 hours.
there's some like really secretive people. They haven't released a third trailer. They never kind of let you know what's going on. They're kind of just solo
Mhm.
dolo. They're not letting us know how much they've sold. That's a
Yeah,
funny
they're giving us scraps,
move.
dude.
Right.
They're giving us friggin' scraps. They're giving us table scraps to the dogs. It's sad. There's people making an hour-long video breaking down screenshots. Like,
And
because there's
people
like
watch it. I'll watch that.
there yeah, well, I watched it. I
Yeah.
watched it. You know, because
Right.
I've watched the trailers. Yeah, I've watched trailer 1 and trailer 2, I don't know, 15 times, 20 times, then I've
Same.
watched people breaking down the trailer, you know? So, yeah, it's gonna be I mean, if this report's true, 50 million pre-orders, that's great. That's
What do
great. That's
you
$4
think?
billion.
Yeah, the
That's
budget
nuts.
was apparently $2 billion. So, they've already paid off their budget in a week.
They're in profit.
What?
Yeah, they're in
Ha!
profit. They
They're in the green, baby. They're in the green.
they're in the green, dude. They're in the
What do
green. They're
you
profit.
think,
They 2x their margin.
man? What do you think is going to happen with like I told you like it was San Andreas or GTA 4 that's one of them sold like 20 million. I think the other one sold like 10, 15 million copies. But GTA 5 sold like it was 230, 250 million copies. What do you think GTA 6 could sell over 10 to 15 years? Because it's probably going to be 15 years before they release the next one. Also, that's another thing. People are like, it's taken 10 years for GTA 6 to be released. They were also working on GT or Red Dead in between there. That's why, it took so
Mhm.
long. But yeah,
Mhm.
how many copies do you
Well,
think could sell in
also
its lifetime?
there was someone that was there are people that are like, "Oh, it's been 13 years since they've been making this game for 13 years." Or
Right, right.
they people are like, "We've been waiting 13 years for this game to come out." It's like, "Did you beat GTA 5 and then like within a day?" And you're just like, "Give me Yeah, it's just give me GTA 6." I always thought that was funny.
Hmm.
But how many dude, over the lifetime, you think what, over 10 years? How many sales? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because GTA 5 did 230, 250 million copies, and then the previous ones did like 10 to 20 million. The previous two copies or releases. So I'm thinking, based on what I said in terms of how many Xboxes and PS5s has been shipped, also take into account that they're going to eventually release a computer version, a PC compatible one, and
Yep.
millions of people in my estimate are going to buy a PS. I would do this. I'd spend $1,000 on this. Would get a PS5 or an Xbox that are out of the game. They're going to come back for GTA 6, and then future generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, that are going to get into it as they come of age to that gaming age, whatever that might be. And then also, I think older generations will get into gaming because they're going to be at the work, like, well, why are all these young whippersnappers not here? I got to see what the hype is. That's just me, so thinking. But yeah, what do you think with all that taken into account? Lifetime sales might be.
Well, I think there's a couple of things. I think the first thing is you have everyone that buys it for this generation, right? So
Hmm.
everyone that buys it for an Xbox Series X or S and then a PS5, PS5 Pro, right?
Hmm.
And I think that could be, I mean, they've already done 50 million. They could easily do 150 million. You know what I mean? When this thing releases, I think you can double, triple it's probably 250 million. You know what I mean? Probably 250 million within I would probably say the first month, including pre-orders. And then you have to think about when the PS6 comes out,
Hmm.
because this is what Rockstar does. GTA 6 came out on the 360 and the PS3. Then they re-released it on the PS4, PS4, and then an Xbox One. Then they made a remastered version, high definition, for the Xbox Series S and X, and then the PS5. So people are rebuying it too. So
Yep. I wasn't thinking about the
it,
consoles that are gonna. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm thinking people will buy it. Imagine people buy it for the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X. That's probably 250 million. And then a portion of those people are going to buy the new console, like I'm sure you will and I will. And we'll buy it again if they make a remastered version. It's more graphics, you know what I mean? Like better detail. Yeah, I'll buy the game again, you know?
Hell yeah.
It's that's why when you're throwing around the number of 1 billion sales, it's like that's not unheard of because you're saying GTA 5 did 250 million?
250 million, and they were basing that on like everyone that's able to buy it, that could buy it, that might buy it, taken into account, but they weren't taking into account like things I suggested, like people coming back in. They were taking into account basically only units shipped. Because I think they've sold 150 million PS5s. I don't know about Xboxes, but
Got it.
chat said realistic max 500 million copies sold. I'm like, that's only double GTA 5. Yeah. So I don't know. Wanted to see what you thought.
Let me hold on. All right, so GTA 5 has done 230 million sales worldwide. So here's the thing, it's done 250 million sales. You got to think about everyone. You got to think about all the kids that grew up on that game, plus everyone that played, Vice City, like you and me, and GTA 4. That's a fun one. Liberty City, like all
Yeah.
of those. I mean, they've already done 4 billion in revenue. What's to say they can't do? I mean, if they did 10 billion, yeah, 100, yeah, I mean, 100 billion, 150 million sales, 250 million sales. I feel like you easily do 1 billion sales
A
over the
billion
lifetime
copies
of 10
sold.
years. Yeah, 1 billion copies sold.
That's what I was hoping it would hit.